Hello, this is Heather Johnson, the assistant principal at Bedford Junior High. One of my bigger responsibilities here in the building is scheduling of all students. Therefore, I've put together this PowerPoint presentation to send out to families so that you can be better informed of the scheduling possibilities for your child for their upcoming 7th grade year. This PowerPoint presentation will also be viewed on Friday by your student as we meet in small groups, and on Friday they will also come home with a registration sheet for you to fill out, which will be due next Friday, February 8th, with a parent's signature on it. So if you'll just bear with me for the next few minutes, we'll go through this PowerPoint, and at the end there'll be contact information that you can look at and use if you'd like to contact me with further questions. Our mission is to enable our students to learn here at Bedford Junior High, and Bedford Junior High School prepares our students of today for the world of tomorrow. Our school community provides an environment in which all students are able to learn to their full potential intellectually, emotionally, socially, physically, and for lifelong learning. And our vision here for our students as they leave us, that they are organized, responsible, respectful, and proficient. So through our scheduling, we do try to provide opportunities to allow for all of this. In your 7th graders' day, they are going to have a 7-period day with a 25-minute lunch and a 25-minute homeroom. They will continue to have 5-minute passing times between all of their classes. And just so you're informed, Mrs. Green is considered the 7th grade assistant principal, and Mr. Majewski is the 7th grade guidance counselor. So they're down here in the office to offer assistance and support for your 7th grade child. English is going to be condensed into a 1-hour time frame where reading and writing will be the main focuses. We follow the Michigan Merit Standards. We have the Pearson textbooks still, which your student is familiar with as they use them now in 6th grade, and we use novel units as part of their curriculum. As always, students with IEPs could be placed in a resource room English class or co-taught English. 7th grade is, again, Big Ideas, which your student should be comfortable with at this point as they're using that in 6th grade as their textbook. It integrates critical thinking skills and hands-on learning, and students, again, with IEPs could be placed in resource room or co-taught math, depending on what their IEP suggests. We also offer an advanced Math 7 class. This is an integration of a summary of the highlights of 7th grade curriculum, and then we move on to portions of the 8th grade curriculum that are sometimes overlooked during the algebra classes. So if your child is very good in math, enjoys math, has a good work ethic, their teacher will be given the opportunity to recommend them to take the placement test, which will happen sometime mid to late May, to determine entry into the class. So if this is something that your child may be interested in, you want to make sure that they're turning their homework in a timely manner, that they're working as independently as they possibly can through the concepts, and that they're contributing well to class discussions to be recommended for this class placement test. In 7th grade, science looks a little different than it has for them since elementary and 6th grade. We no longer use the Battle Creek. We have small books that the kids take home for each of the big sections of physical, life, and earth science. A lot of things are new in 7th grade science, and I think that you will find that your child is studying more and is learning new concepts, things that they have not necessarily always covered in the past. So this may be a class that's a little challenging for them, but they have a lot of fun. There's a lot of hands-on learning that occurs. 7th grade social studies is all about the Eastern Hemisphere. They cover Asia, Africa, Australia, and Europe. It's a very fun class for the kids to take, and they get to learn about a lot of places that they may not necessarily have a broad education on quite so far. Also, along with their core classes, we do have a rotation class that includes a semester of physical education. And just like as our 6th grade classes do, we do require a dress code that children change every day, and that their clothes are red, gray, white, or black. They will be assigned a locker with a combination lock for the entire semester that will be theirs. They can bring in their own lock if they would prefer something like that. It is very important that they are using those locks consistently and that they are actually locking their stuff. So once your child is in PE, just try to remind them that they need to make sure that they're locking up their items. 9 weeks of health, which will cover physical, mental, social health, which is covered in the Michigan Health Model and our Lions Quest curriculum. And then they also have 9 weeks of computers, which teaches digital citizenship, troubleshooting, and computer skills. We also offer year-long electives. We offer orchestra, band, choir, and art. Those are all year-long electives for our 7th grade kids. We also offer Spanish 1 as a year-long class. This is on its own slide because it has a little bit more information that you need to be aware of. This is considered, if they meet the requirements by the end of each semester, a high school credit. And in order to earn a high school credit, they need to follow the same guidelines as the high school. So their exam or entire overall grade of the class has to be 60% or higher to pass. Their exams are 20% of their weighted grade. There is limited seating in Spanish, so if your child signs up for Spanish 1 as their first choice, make sure that their second choice is something that they will be happy to have for the rest of the school year if they are not able to get in Spanish, because like I said, we have limited seating for this class. We offer elective rotation, which is 7th grade students being able to experience a new class every quarter. This is a great class for those kids who just aren't sure what they want to do and are not ready to be committed to something for an entire year. The class is offered on what's available for teachers teaching it and also the demand of the students. In the past, we have offered Tech Ed, which is woodshop, CAD design, and drafting, as well as art for 9 weeks, current events, and life management. We offer a lot of different projects in our Tech Ed classes as well. So if you look at this slide, this is just some of the examples of the fun projects that your kiddo will be taking home if they decide to be a part of the 7th grade rotation class, and this is the Tech Ed. We will continue with Chromebooks in 7th grade. We have math, ELA, and social studies textbooks that are all available online. Science, unfortunately, is not available online, but all of our science teachers house their materials and notes in Schoology, so you can easily look there for supplemental material. And our Chromebooks are used daily, so again, we just want to remind everyone to make sure that your child is coming to school every day with their Chromebook and that they are charged. One thing that is a little different in 7th grade for kiddos than in 6th grade is that their GPA starts to matter when it comes to eligibility for sports and extracurricular activities. We do expect students to maintain a 2.0 or higher GPA if they are wanting to participate in sports by the end of the first marking period. So they'll walk into their fall sports from 6th grade kind of with a clean slate, so football, cheer, cross country, and volleyball. We don't check for GPA, but after the 9-week marking period, we will be looking to make sure that they have a 2.0 GPA or higher. We have a consistent grading policy that will be the same as they've had in 6th grade. We will have quarter grades, which will be weighted 80% for interim assignments, which include projects, graded homework, quizzes, tests, or other things that the teacher deems important to be in that category. And 20% for formative assessments, which are just our practice, making sure that we're allowing the students to gain the skills that they need to be successful. Exit slips, introductory assignments, this could just be daily work in the class, those types of things. If you want to review our policy, it's on pages 9 through 11 of our student handbook. We do offer several opportunities for academic support here at the school. Parents and students have Schoology Access, which is the warehouse teachers use to house materials for classes, upcoming assignments, calendars of assignments, as well as updates for students to view daily in order to be able to keep up with homework, to know what's happening for the days to come in the class as well, to help with planning. Parents, you have a parent access code to allow you to see that without having to look over your child's shoulder in their Chromebook. So if you do not have your parent access code, you can call us here at the school for that. We'll gladly provide that for you. That access code will carry with your child all the way until they graduate. We offer 8th hour, which is tutoring after school on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Your child just needs to come in with a signed permission slip that you're allowing them to stay after school. And just remember that we do not provide transportation home, so it's over at 3:30, and you would need to be able to provide transportation for your child, but the tutoring is free. We also provide special education support for students who qualify for that. Our guidance counselors are here in the office to help. We have math lab during lunches that occur in their homeroom class, or if they would prefer to eat their lunch down there to get extra help on their math assignments. And we also offer our independent learning center room that is supervised by a paraprofessional who also helps students to get caught up on homework and to be able to have a quiet place to study, test, things like that. Also, as the students are getting older and they're getting comfortable with the building, they already have a year under their belt, we want to encourage students always to participate in extracurricular activities. They can join our sports. If they don't want to join or can't join a sport here after school, they can look at the community ed classes and programs that are available through that department. We offer sponsored clubs here that are free, and they are supervised and produced by our teachers. They're always a lot of fun. You can find a link on our website page to current clubs that are available to students now, and we continue to add to that list as the year goes on. We offer opportunities for students to become part of student council. We offer opportunities for students to become part of National Junior Honor Society. And also a really fun thing that we have here that the kids always love is Quiz Bowl, which is, we have our own competition here at the junior high, but then also winning teams from each grade level represent us at the county-wide Quiz Bowl competitions that typically occur in December. We do have Bronco Roundup coming up here in August, which will allow students the opportunity to practice opening their lockers, receiving their Chromebooks. They'll be able to get their schedule for 7th grade and see their classrooms. So as I spoke about at the beginning of this presentation, we do have registration forms that will be coming home with your child February 1st after I meet with all of the students, and they can be turned back into their teacher or to the office anytime next week, but their final due date is February 8th that they are due, so that we can start creating fun opportunities for your kids for next year to learn. If you click on that link in this slide, you will be able to see the registration form. Again, there's no need to print this unless your child does not bring home their registration form after February 1st. Here's the contact information you need if you have further questions. The first on the list is me. I am available to answer any questions that you may have regarding 7th grade. You can email me or call me here at the school. If you have questions about art class or the rotation classes, Mrs. Copley is available. Mr. Allison is available for tech ed questions or rotation questions as well. And Mr. Meggett can answer your music department questions if you have any. Any Spanish 1 questions can be directed towards Andrea Jakubowski, and she will be available for that. Again, thank you for your time here with this presentation, and your child will hear this on February 1st. I look forward to meeting with them and allowing them to discover the opportunities they have for 7th grade. Thank you very much.